Good evening, Southern Maryland, and I'm aspiring meteorologist John Bordash with you now to update your forecast. And today we saw a chilly day. It was another below average day, but temperatures were warmer today than they previously had been. 47 was the high today, again below that normal of 53. No recorded rain today. We just saw a lot of clouds come through the region as we looked at a coastal low track off the coast. Go figure. And it just got some clouds into the region. Now, what I'm going to show you is what our current temperatures are looking like right now at 8 o'clock. We're looking at 45 in downtown DC. We're looking at 43 at Pax River, 41 in Leonardtown, as well as down towards St. Mary's City. We're looking at 44 as you head on over towards La Plata. Now, we are starting to look at some cooler air working to the region as we head into the nighttime again. We're going to be looking at those nighttime lows to be dropping down into the 30s. We're not going to be too terribly cold, and actually, we're going to be in a warming trend as we head into the next couple of days. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to zoom us on out here. Alright. Do you see these national temperatures? Look at these temperatures up here. We're looking at temperatures that are well below 0. These areas in white are temperatures below 0, and then these darker blue areas are temperatures below freezing. There are active winter storm warnings and watches as we head back here towards Montana. So let's get these temperatures off. Alright, as we head here back towards Montana, portions of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minneapolis, Idaho, and back over here towards Washington. I think that they have a pretty good chance to see some pretty significant snow move into that region as we look at a low pressure system moving to the region. They're also going to be looking at some really cold air, even down in California, where it's usually sunny and 70. That's actually not the case really ever, but even areas up along the coast near San Francisco will be looking at that colder weather. Now, there's been a lot of talk about whether or not we'll see a snowstorm or maybe even an ice storm as we head into the next couple of days. Well, that's what we'll take a look at right now. First off, let's not get everything all hyped up. Today is only Monday, and it'd be happening this time next week, maybe Sunday. But again, we're still about 5 to 7 days out. It's a little bit too much to say, oh, this is definitely going to happen. It's just something we need to keep an eye on. So what I'll show you is some of our models. So let's take that off. Let's put on our model. This is what the reflectivity, or all that is the radar that you see with the blues and the greens and the yellows and the yellows, oranges, and reds. Yeah, this is what it's saying. Well, at least what the North America model is saying it's going to be looking at. But when we're in winter, we don't always see rain. Now, in the summer, it's a great thing just to use reflectivity. But what we want to look at is the precipitation type, because even though this is saying this is all rain, the majority of it is snow. Pretty heavy snow, actually. So we're going to be looking at a winter storm to impact these northern areas, and we're going to look at a secondary low develop off of that. The question is, 1, is it even going to develop? 2, will we see cold enough air? If not, we'll see the rain. And where the storm would actually track. Now, if it tracks down to our south, that'd be better in terms of seeing winter precipitation. Not actually good, because you may see an increased chance of an ice storm. Or if it tracks back towards Detroit, back towards portions of Indiana, near Indianapolis. If that's the case, then we'll be looking at some warmer air in the region. Again, it really does depend on that storm track. So let's time things out. This is basically right about now. Then we look at a lot of snow develop on up north. Actually, what I'll even put on is projected snow depth by the North America model. This is an area of at least 6 inches. The purples are areas above a foot. We definitely do have that potential to see a lot of snow up north. As we look at this storm develop, you see a lot of snow coming into portions of North Dakota. We even see a swath of heavy, heavy snow where we look at snow depth, and all that means is how much snow you could measure, of over a foot. But right now, it does look like that's the part that we have certain. It's definitely going to be, there's going to be a winter storm up there. And it looks like we'll be looking at cold weather in our region. The real question comes in with that secondary low. So Denver looks like they will see snow. And in case you didn't know, the blue represents snow. The green is rain. This purple right here, that indicates freezing rain. And this pink is sleet. Because you're going to need to know that as we head on into the forecast, because the North America model only goes out 84 hours. This potential storm would be further out than that, so then we'll have to switch over to the GFS. Because I'm not really trying to show you what's going to happen up north, because that really doesn't impact us, but it doesn't impact you directly with what you want to know for your 7-day forecast. So we may look at a swath of maybe some of an icy mix as we head on over into midweek. That really wouldn't be impacting us. That's actually all associated with a cold front that's going to come through. We need that to come through to see any kind of winter precipitation. Now we're at 84 hours, so we'll switch this on over to the GFS. Now these are initially telling the same story, but then they go into some different stories as we head into next week. So we look at that cold front come through the region. It's really going to drop temperatures down. Now keep in mind the GFS is more of a general model. It won't show you where exactly you'll see a supercell develop or the heaviest snow. It just gives you a broad idea that the chance of rain exists all throughout here. Doesn't mean it's going to be raining all through that green region. We may see some snow flurries out of the cold front. I'm not expecting really all that much. And then we look at the possibility of a secondary low to develop down towards the south. That would be originating then across the Gulf Coast, like most of our winter storms do, and bring the possibility of an icy mix. And I'll explain to you how that happens. Now let's zoom closer on in. Here we are, Southern Maryland. We're in that pink. That would indicate to me sleet would be possible. Let's go back over here to the model. Maybe some snow, maybe some freezing rain, and this takes it over to rain, and keeping us primarily rain. With snow totals, not all that impressive. If we actually put this back, it gives us, there we go, the possibility of just a coating with that white shade. Now, how exactly do you get everything? Well, let's get to that in a second. Again, just to give you a brief overview, winter weather, that's possible next week as we look at the cold weather in the area. Low pressure system develops, and then we have that chance anywhere in the green to see any kind of precipitation. Alright, now here's how you get what's going to fall as we head from the ground to the clouds, right? So this area right over here, this is us looking at snow, this is sleet, and this is freezing rain. So when we have a cold pocket with the snow, so the atmosphere between the ground and the clouds is completely cold, that can support snow, that's when we see the snow. Then we see the sleet happen when we look at a warmer atmosphere closer to the sky, and then it's cooler as you head closer to the surface. So it starts off as snow, goes over to rain, and then it refreezes into ice pellets and has enough time to become, to form those pellets. Then with freezing rain, for the majority of the way down, it's just rain. It's just that right at the surface, alright? Right at the surface, we're looking at temperatures at freezing, so it doesn't allow it all that much time to switch back over to frozen precip, so it'll fall as rain, but that's when you get that icy glaze. That's when you get those ice storms. That primarily happens with freezing rain. So this is something we're going to have to look at, because the way the atmosphere looks to be setting up, and I won't go into detail about it because I know you really don't care, we'll definitely be looking at a cool surface. The question is, how warm will the upper surface be? So that's why I'm pretty cautious how I think this will be a snowstorm, because it doesn't look like we'll be cold all the way up and down. It looks like we will be looking at more of a possibility of some ice pellets or some freezing rain to come to the region. Now, your all-important 7-day forecast. We're on a warming trend. Tuesday, tomorrow, 50. We finally break 50 for the first time in a few days. Temperatures go up. We have a chance of rain Wednesday. Nothing all that substantial, just a few showers coming through the region. That cold front comes through on Friday. Look, we go from 60 to 45 by Saturday. And then again, I'm watching Sunday and Monday. I put a chance of snow or ice in for Sunday, chance of rain or snow in for Monday. Temperatures will be above freezing. That's the key. We have to watch the temperatures. If you remember back to that March snowstorm, that never happened, but it should have been a huge snowstorm. Yeah, what happened is that we saw too much of a marine influence that developed right across the coastal plain, or basically where we are, and that raised temperatures up 2 degrees above the forecast, so boom, rain. So we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on that. Again, it's too far out to give exact detail. Don't change any plans just yet. Just be aware that that could definitely happen. But I'll continue to keep you updated on that. I'll have another updated forecast for you tomorrow. Till then, have a nice and safe one, and keep a weather eye to the sky.